The OnePlus Ace T6, debuting this Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 chip, really pulls out all the stops. A lot of you guys have been anticipating how this phone performs. As more leaks came out, things like 165 Hz, an 8300 something milliamp hour battery, 100 watt fast charging, all sorts of information came flooding in. So how is this phone, what OnePlus calls a performance flagship, actually like? My unit here is the Flash Speed Black colorway, a completely pure black color. Whether it's back cover, the camera module, or the frame, thinking back, it's indeed been a long time since we've had a product like this. The black overall really looks more textured. The back glass still uses the silk glass process. It's not that very fine matte finish, but has a slightly rougher feel to it. It doesn't feel very slippery in the hand. The whole back paired with the vertical camera module, this simple style is actually quite great. What deserves praise is that the transition between the back cover and the middle frame is really excellent. When you run your finger over it, you can barely feel any seam. So even though it has straight edges, the handling is controlled really well. Coming to the front, a small disadvantage of the black version appears. The front bezels look slightly thick. Those of you who mind this can pick a light colored phone case to pair with it. The OnePlus Ace 6T front is a 6.83-inch 1.5K flat screen. It continues to be the ultra high refresh rate esports flat screen that OnePlus is pushing this year, and it features the all-new generation of bright eye protection technology. The OnePlus Ace T6 is also supported by an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. The performance segment is the signature part of the Ace T6 this time. Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 plus LPDDR5X Ultra plus UFS 4.1. Cherish this storage combination while you can. At current prices, who knows what changes phones might undergo in the future. In the gaming test section, at a room temperature of 25 degrees Celsius, running Honor of Kings at 120 FPS for half an hour was absolutely no problem, and the chassis temperature didn't even cross 40 degrees. Half an hour of Genshin Impact maintained full frames too, with the maximum chassis temperature just barely over 40 degrees. Quite impressive. I want to specifically praise OnePlus's Super Frame mode here. You can achieve 120 FPS in Genshin Impact, yet you can barely feel any post-processing latency. There's practically no delay. Playing it feels very silky smooth, and the power consumption isn't very high either. After half an hour, the maximum body temperature was 42.1 degrees Celsius. I suggest keeping this mode on whenever you play. The experience is really great. Operation Zombie also supports the 165 FPS mode. I have to say, after experiencing 165 Hz high refresh rate gaming, especially in FPS games, it really does feel handier and silkier to play. The process of opening the scope and aiming is much smoother. Plus, playing at 165 FPS for half an hour was very stable, with a maximum chassis temperature of 41.6 degrees Celsius. If you are pursuing high image quality, you can still set it to the 60 FPS ultra high quality mode and then enable the A6T's Super Frame feature. That way you can get a smooth 120 FPS picture. But there is a slight cost. Power consumption will go slightly over 5 watts, but the OnePlus Ace 6T has bypass charging, so you can plug it in to power the motherboard directly, keeping things a bit cooler while you play. Overall, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 has really reaped the benefits of its architecture and process technology. It performs exceptionally well for gaming in terms of frame rate and power consumption. And on the OnePlus Ace 6T, you also get this fantastic Super Frame mode, an ultra high touch sampling rate, and a bunch of small gaming features. Using this phone for gaming is honestly just perfect. The OnePlus Ace 6T is equipped with a massive 8300 milliamp hour battery this time. This is likely the phone with the largest battery we have ever tested. Plus, paired with a chip that has good power efficiency, it had 75% remaining after our 3-hour endurance test. It belongs among the elite in our battery life database. This battery life is top tier. It also comes equipped with 100 watt fast charging, 23% in 10 minutes, 41% in 20 minutes, and it takes 62 minutes to go from 1 to 100%. Pairing an 8300 milliamp hour battery with this kind of charging, that's pretty impressive. Finally, let's briefly talk about the camera. An IMX906 main camera paired with an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle, it's pretty good for daily life recording. The supported video specs are actually quite high. It surprisingly has 4K 120 FPS. This should be quite uncommon at this price point. Also, the A6T supports IP69K water resistance, which is more than enough to handle small daily accidents. In conclusion, the experience using the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 chip has been very good. As the main driver for a performance product, it's absolutely flawless. And the OnePlus Ace 6T that debuts it is also fantastic in the performance and gaming department, in my opinion. The performance output, heat dissipation, and small features are all done very well. Plus, it runs ColorOS 16, folks, making it an ultra smooth phone for daily use as well. The Ace 6T also has this flash button on the left side, which directly unlocks a full-powered AI assistant. Quick notes, bookkeeping, voice memos, it has them all. So, finally, if you want to buy a phone with ultra high price to performance ratio, insanely strong performance, and very smooth daily usage, you might as well take a look at the A6T. Okay, that's all for the content of this video. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.